What do we think about the ending? Which is when the mirror keeps showing them flashbacks to the day their parents died, and it gets more and more intense, and the lines between reality blur more and more. And then the mirror lures Kaylee in front of the mirror by showing her an image of her mother trying to unite with her. And Tim is pushed so far that he decides he needs to end it, at which point he sets off the timer for the anchor, destroying the mirror, but Kaylee is standing in front of it, so he kills Kaylee. And then in the end, we have this parallel where we switch back and forth between the times when Tim is being arrested and is driven away in the police car, and he looks back at the house. The first time, Kaylee is there, telling him she will find him and she will make it right. And then in the window, the mirror shows Tim the images of his dead parents. And then in the present, all three of them, the parents and Kaylee, are standing in the window, and the mirror is essentially showing off, saying, I beat you again, I beat you a second time, and this time they won't let you go again. That's kind of as tragic as it gets, right? Not only is the truth not out, but Tim's life is over because now he will never get released, and Kaylee died, accomplishing nothing. And the memory of the parents is still as tarnished as it has been from the beginning. So failure all around, right? So did you enjoy that?
I think I finally understand the Hollywood ending, because that was a bit too much of a gut punch, especially because the movie really does get you on board with wanting to beat this mirror after a certain point. And I think if I wasn't on board with them beating this mirror, I probably wouldn't have cared as much about the ending, and I thought it would have been like, okay, it's a good ending because it's a twist. But to know that he'd just come out of the system, he finally overcame it mentally, his sister dragged him back into it, and he kind of really ended up back in the same situation that he was in, if not worse, because they're probably looking at it like probably should never release him. I genuinely felt bad. Even like everything before that, like as you were saying, like as you know, things were getting like really intense, you really felt like the desperation, you felt like the intensity of it, you felt the hurt of like the kids, and you felt like the fear, and you felt like the resolve as well to try and come out of it. I don't know, like there was just like so many emotions in those scenes. And I feel like the movie just really hit high at that point. I wouldn't even say it was a gut punch. It was like almost like a knife to the heart, because you could kind of see it happening. And like I was like really hoping that his sister wasn't there, or like his sister would like at the last minute like snap out of it and like move out the way. So it's like you're really hoping for it, and she doesn't. And then she gets impaled, and it's a bit of a knife to the heart.
And then the mirror just has to rub it in, has to gloat. It's wonderful. It's a perfect ending. One of the best movie endings. I have the exact opposite reaction to this compared to you, because this is why the Hollywood ending stinks. Because like stuff like this is much more memorable. Are you going to remember this ending, in 10 years, 5 years? Or is it going to fade away like the happy endings of every Hollywood movie you've ever seen?